We are now joined by our third place finisher in today's Royal Purple 300, Regan Smith, driver of the number 7 TaxSlayer.com Chevrolet. Regan, a third place finish for your team. Had some trouble early on. Talk a little bit about your day and your ability to overcome that.
Yeah, we had some bad luck at the beginning with a flat tire, the left front. Still don't really know what happened there. I don't think any other cars had any issues all day, so I don't know if we caught debris or just worked the tire too hard. But the team fought hard all day long. I was pretty frustrated at times in the car on the radio, and they did a heck of a job of keeping me calm and giving me what adjustments they could on what stops that they could. And that was it was a lot of Greg Ives' leadership and his knowing the situation and knowing how to battle back from situations like that. So definitely felt good at the start of the year with him being on the pit box and feel better after days like today because he kept me calm in the car and kept the team motivated and kept us going forward. And the way the race played out at the end, we were able to gain some positions and make the most of the day.
All right, we'll give Sam just a few minutes to walk up here, and we are now joined by Sam Hornish, our current NASCAR Nationwide Series points leader by 28 points. Sam is the driver of the number 12 Worth Ford. Sam, a second place finish for you today. Talk a little bit about your day and the ability to take the points lead into the open weekend on the schedule.
It feels really good. Started off the year just the way we wanted to. Made sure that we took care of the car throughout the first 5 races as well as we could. We wanted to get out of the box good. That was one thing that I kind of preached to the team throughout the offseason. We got to get out of these first 5 races in good standings, and was real happy with the way that Greg, Irwin, Brian Campy, all the guys on the team have been performing, the job that they're doing for me. Everybody is really working together. We've got a great bunch of new guys, and we've got some guys that we've had on the team for a while that are kind of the ones that hold everything together and show them how it needs to be done so that the new guys that we bring in, everybody works well together. So proud of everybody that's on this Worth Ford Mustang right now, and just didn't have enough to be able to beat Kyle today. Ran hard, got the lead on the restart a couple times, and he'd run real hard throughout the first 50 to 75% of the run, slide the car around, wear it out, and then we catch him the last 25%, and we're doing it again today, and we're doing it again on the last run, and I just I got within about 10 car lengths of him and got a little greedy and drove it in a little bit too hard and got in the wall. But we want to win races as bad as we want to lead the points. But when there was still smoke inside the car halfway down the back straightaway, I was a little bit worried that we were going to end up with a flat tire and I was going to look real bad. So just glad that things worked out as well as they did.
All right. We are now joined by Kyle Larson, driver of the number 32 Ever Ready Chevrolet, our top finishing rookie in today's race. Kyle, you finished 6th. Talk a little bit about your race here at Auto Club.
Yeah, the race was pretty decent. We were about a 5th or 6th place car the whole race, and made a couple mistakes on pit road by overshooting my box, and I felt like I've struggled all season long by just coming in too slow. So I thought today I'd work on coming in a little faster, but probably about 20 mile an hour too fast. But it was a fun day. Our Ever Ready Camaro was not bad. We were a little too tight, but I think we were good on the really long runs. So it was fun, running right up by the wall. This track was really racy. You could start out on the bottom and then go anywhere you wanted. So it was a good race, and just got to work on my pit stops.
Kyle, you had an exciting night last night, a victory in the World of Outlaws. How much sleep did you get?
Yeah, the Outlaws actually postponed it a little bit to wait for me and Tony to get there in time, and the races, we didn't get to leave the pits until about just after 1 in the morning, and didn't get to my hotel room until like 2:30 or 2:45, and had to be back up early in the morning to get here. So I didn't get too much sleep, but nothing I'm not used to.
All right, we'll go ahead and open up for questions for Kyle, Regan, or Sam. Okay, let's start with Reed and Lee there.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Sam, the race ended with a 35-lap green flag run, which is very uncharacteristic for this race. Do you feel like if you hadn't scraped the wall there at the end that you might have been able to run Kyle down?
I feel like if I hadn't, I might have had an opportunity, but it was one of those, I had to drive it that close to being on the edge to be able to catch him the little bit that I did. And I just, I could catch him a tenth and a half one lap, and then I'd stay even with him, and then it just was almost like he was just keeping the gap, pretty much the same. The only thing that I felt like we might be able to do a little bit better was run through traffic, and we saw some traffic coming, but it just wasn't what we were going to need. But it was great racing. I thought that letting him have the lead a little bit earlier, not fighting him so hard for it, would give the opportunity for him to try to wear his tires out a little bit more. And I overestimated how much I was pushing it, and I didn't really have much right rear to go on, and I had to move up my line to be able to run him down at all.
Okay,
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Regan, how badly did your team need to get this finish today, given how your luck's kind of been this season so far?
Well, I don't think it was a case of badly needing this finish today. We've had good cars and just different things happening. There's it's been a lot of learning going on with our team too to start the year off. I know we've had a different package in our car for basically every single one of the first 4 non-speedway races here now. So we've been working on stuff trying to find that package that works for us and almost essentially testing at the same time that we're racing and trying to gain points. So it's there's been a lot of stuff that we've been working towards. I got a lot of confidence in this race team and a lot of confidence in the guys on the pit box calling the shots. And once we get a few things scienced out, then hopefully we're the car up there battling with the 54 and the 12 and really making it interesting.
And apparently you had to change your plans for the off week so you could run with Finch at Martinsville. Can you talk a little bit about that team? I mean, they're kind of like a Cinderella team right now.
Yeah, definitely. That's that's been a fun deal to be a part of, and seeing how AJ's been running when he's been in the car. Austin ran good when he was in the car, and it's just neat to see a team that's worked that hard for so many years kind of getting the rewards from it right now, and it just seems like they're actually getting a little better week in and week out, which is really cool. And want to keep the momentum going for them at Martinsville. It's not necessarily my favorite racetrack in the world, but I've had some good runs there in the past, and I think usually the guys that win the races there, it's not their favorite racetrack either. So, looking forward to helping those guys out and hopping back in the seat of that thing. And, throughout the season here, I think, it's going to be 10, 11, 12 races, something like that for me in it. Well, we'll juggle it, accordingly and what works for AJ, what works for myself, and looking forward to it.
All right. Any additional questions for the 3 of these guys? Anybody? Okay, we'll go back to Lee. Regan, just so you know, you're second in points, 28 points behind Sam. So.
Well, good. I guess we really do have to chase him now. I wish you would have gone a little harder into the wall there at the end.
That's about as hard as I could go.
No, I meant into the wall, not driving.
No, that's as hard
as
I didn't have a whole lot more.
That's what I'm saying. A little harder, I would have gained some points on you.
Kyle, I guess I don't have to ask what you're going to be doing on your week off since all you do is race, but what's the schedule look like over the next couple of weeks?
Well, I'm gonna go hang out at home for a couple of days. I haven't been to my house in Sacramento or Elk Grove since December, so gonna get to hang out there for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to Vegas and test on a road course for a couple of days, and then actually go from there straight to a racetrack to go race with the Outlaws next Friday at Merced, and then I think there's a Civil War race, which is a 360 series in sprint cars at Antioch on Saturday, and then we go to Texas and test for 2 days, and then I'll fly back to California and run Antioch and Calistoga Speedway with the Outlaws. So staying busy, but I mean, getting more laps, so I enjoy it.